You're exhausted. You go to bed, but somehow you wake up feeling like you barely slept. What if I told you that your nighttime habits could be secretly making your burnout worse? In this video, you'll discover the most common nighttime habits that are silently making your burnout worse, and what you can do instead so you can wake up refreshed and truly recover from stress. I also have a free guide that will help you create habits to get you out of burnout. So grab your copy below after you've watched this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lesha. I'm a nutritionist specializing in burnout recovery for high-achieving women. I help women reclaim their energy, balance their hormones, and finally feel like themselves again, without restrictive diets or unrealistic lifestyle changes. Let's get into the habits that are making your burnout worse. Number 1, late night screen time. You tell yourself, I'll just check one thing. Maybe it's a quick scroll through Instagram, a glance at your inbox, or watching a couple of TikToks before bed. And then 30 minutes disappear. You finally put your phone down, but your brain is buzzing. You stare at the ceiling, mind racing, tossing and churning. And when you do fall asleep, it's not the deep, restful sleep your body actually needs. And the next morning, you wake up groggy, like you barely slept at all. Sound familiar? This is one of the biggest nighttime mistakes I see my clients making. And they don't even realize how much it's wrecking their recovery. Because this isn't just about too much screen time. Your phone, your laptop, your TV, they are all actively telling your body not to sleep. There are 3 big reasons late night screens are making your burnout worse. Number 1 is melatonin suppression. Your body is designed to wind down at night, but blue light from screen blocks melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. So when you scroll at night, your body still thinks it's daytime and doesn't produce enough melatonin, making it harder to get into deep, restorative sleep. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that blue light exposure before bed reduces melatonin production by up to 50% and delays sleep by an average of 90 minutes. So if you're laying in bed, staring at your screen, and wondering why you can't fall asleep, this is why. Number 2, overstimulation. Social media, emails, news, it's all keeping your brain on high alert. Even if you think scrolling helps you relax, your nervous system is staying engaged. Think about it. Your body has 2 modes: fight or flight, stress mode, rest and digest, recovery mode. Scrolling keeps you in stress mode, which is the last thing that your body needs before bed. And number 3, stress response activation. It's not just the blue light or stimulation, it's the content itself. You see a stressful news article, your cortisol spikes. You check a work email, your brain starts problem solving. You see a post that makes you compare yourself. Your anxiety increases. Now, instead of unwinding, your body is reacting like it's in the middle of the workday. If you want to wake up feeling actually rested, you need to fix this nighttime habit. Here's what to do instead. Cut screen time at least 1 hour before bed. I recommend 3, but at least 1. This gives your body time to naturally produce melatonin again. Remove your phone from the bedroom. That's right. If it's within reach, you'll check it. Trust me, I know. That used to be me. Charge it in another room. Swap scrolling for brain dumping. One of the biggest things that I teach my clients is the brain dump technique. Instead of carrying stress into bed, grab a notebook and write everything down. List out what's on your mind, what's stressing you out, and even possible solutions. Then, close the notebook and put it away. Your brain sees this as a signal that it doesn't need to keep problem solving all night. This one habit change alone can transform your sleep. And when you sleep better, your body finally gets a chance to recover from burnout. So if you're serious about fixing your exhaustion, start here. And now let's talk about another habit that's keeping your stress hormones sky high at night. High stress evening work or decision making. You check your email one last time before bed, just to stay on top of things. And there it is. A problem. A last-minute request. Something you didn't expect. Your brain immediately switches into work mode. You start running through possible solutions, replaying conversations, mentally preparing your response. You tell yourself you'll deal with it tomorrow, but your mind won't let it go. And just like that, your chances of deep, restful sleep are gone. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see high achievers make. Because even if you think you're just being productive, your body reads it as stress. When you engage in high-stakes thinking before bed, whether it's work emails, problem solving, or even intense conversations, your nervous system gets activated. Instead of winding down for the night, your brain is now on high alert. Cortisol isn't just a stress hormone. It's supposed to follow a natural rhythm, rising in the morning to wake you up and lowering at night so you can sleep. But when you check that stressful email or make a last-minute decision, your brain releases cortisol right before bed. Your body can't enter recovery mode if it still thinks there's a problem to solve. When your brain engages in high-level decision-making, it tells your body to stay awake and alert. Instead of preparing for rest, your nervous system stays in a heightened state, making it harder to relax, harder to fall asleep, and harder to wake up feeling refreshed. Ever wake up in the middle of the night suddenly thinking about work? That's because your brain never fully shut down. Unfinished problems linger in your subconscious mind, keeping your body from getting the deep sleep it needs to recover. If you want to wake up feeling actually rested, you need to cut off stressful decision making before bed. Here's what to do instead. Set a work cutoff time. Stop checking emails and work-related messages at least 1 or 2 hours before bed. Create a transition ritual between work and sleep. After your cutoff time, do something that signals to your brain that work is done. Take a walk, stretch, read, or do something that helps you shift out of work mode and into relaxation mode. And now let's talk about another habit that's keeping your stress hormones out of control while you sleep. Drinking alcohol or caffeine too late. You've had a long, exhausting day. You just want to unwind, so you pour yourself a glass of wine after dinner. It feels relaxing. Your muscles loosen. You finally feel like you're winding down. But then at 2 a.m., you're wide awake, tossing, churning, staring at the ceiling. And when your alarm goes off, you feel like you barely slept at all. Or maybe it's not alcohol. Maybe it's that afternoon coffee you swore wouldn't affect your sleep. But somehow you're still wired at night. This is another mistake I see women making when they're exhausted but can't sleep. Because while alcohol and caffeine might seem harmless, they're secretly sabotaging your body's ability to recover. Alcohol might make you feel relaxed, but it actually blocks your body from getting deep restorative sleep. A study published in Alcoholism, Clinical and Experimental Research found that alcohol reduces REM sleep, the stage of sleep responsible for brain recovery, emotional balance, and memory consolidation. That's why after drinking, you might fall asleep fast, but then wake up in the middle of the night feeling restless. Your body never enters that deep recovery mode it actually needs. Now let's talk about that caffeine. Think that 3 p.m. coffee doesn't affect you? Think again. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, which means that even if you don't drink it in the afternoon, half of it is still in your system by bedtime. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that caffeine consumed even 6 hours before bed reduces total sleep time by at least 1 hour without people even realizing it. So if you're struggling to fall asleep or stay asleep, even if you feel tired, caffeine could be the reason. If you want real deep sleep that actually helps your body recover from burnout, you need to adjust your nighttime habits. Here's what to do instead. Cut off caffeine after 12 p.m. If you're exhausted, caffeine is only masking the real issue. Your body needs recovery, not another coffee. Swap wine for a sleep-supportive drink. Instead of alcohol, try herbal tea or a magnesium drink to help relax your nervous system without disrupting sleep. Pay attention to hidden caffeine sources. Chocolate, certain teas, and even decaf coffee still contain caffeine. Be mindful of what you consume in the afternoon and evening. This one simple change can make a huge difference in how rested you feel when you wake up. And now let's talk about another habit that's keeping your stress hormones elevated at night. Intense late night exercise. You finally finish your work for the day, and even though it's late, you force yourself to get a workout in. You hit the gym, go for a run, or power through a HIIT session because this is the only time you have. At first, you feel great. Your energy spikes, your heart is pumping, your body feels strong. But then when you try to sleep, you're wired. You toss and turn, feeling restless instead of relaxed. Your body feels hot, your heart rate is up, and you can't seem to settle down. And in the morning, you wake up exhausted. You tell yourself you just need to push through. But no matter how much you exercise, your energy isn't improving. This is another huge mistake that I see women making when trying to stay fit while dealing with burnout. Because even though movement is good for you, late night intense exercise is wrecking your recovery. Exercise naturally raises cortisol, which is great in the morning when your body needs energy. But at night, cortisol is supposed to be low. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that high-intensity exercise too close to bedtime keeps cortisol elevated for hours, delaying melatonin production and disrupting deep sleep. So even if your body feels tired, your nervous system is still in fight or flight mode, keeping you awake instead of recovering. To fall asleep, your body temperature needs to drop. But intense workouts heat up your core, making it harder for your body to transition into sleep mode. This is why after a late night workout, you feel exhausted but wired. Your body hasn't fully shifted into rest mode yet. Sleep is when your body repairs and rebuilds muscle. But when cortisol is high, recovery slows down, inflammation increases, and your muscles can't fully repair overnight. That's why you might wake up sore, inflamed, or more fatigued than before, because your body never got the deep recovery that it needed. If you want exercise to help you recover from burnout instead of making it worse, you need to adjust your timing and intensity. Here's what to do instead. Exercise earlier in the day. The best time for high-intensity workouts is going to be before 6 p.m. This gives your body time to calm down before bed. Swap late-night workouts for gentle movement. If you do need to move at night, opt for light stretching, yoga, or walking. These movements support recovery instead of keeping your nervous system on high alert. Pay attention to how you feel the next morning. If you wake up exhausted, sore, or more fatigued than before, your workouts might be working against you instead of for you. This shift alone can completely change how well you sleep and how fast your body recovers from burnout. Let's talk about another habit that's messing with your sleep and energy levels. Inconsistent sleep schedule. Some nights you stay up way too late, finishing work, watching Netflix, or scrolling on your phone. Other nights you try to be good, so you get to bed early. But no matter what, you wake up feeling groggy, drained, and like you didn't actually rest. Some days you can't function without multiple cups of coffee. Other days you feel okay, but by the weekend you just want to sleep in to catch up. If this sounds like you, your inconsistent sleep schedule is keeping you stuck in burnout because your body thrives on routine, especially when it comes to sleep. Your body has a built-in clock called the circadian rhythm, which controls when you feel awake, tired, and ready for deep recovery. But when you go to bed at random times, your body never knows what to expect. A study published in Sleep Medicine Reviews found that irregular sleep patterns disrupt melatonin production and throw off cortisol balance, leading to low energy, mood swings, and increased stress. This is why sometimes you feel fine and other times you feel like you got hit by a truck. Your body is constantly playing catch up. Cortisol and melatonin are supposed to follow a predictable rhythm. Cortisol rises in the morning to give you energy. Melatonin rises at night to help you sleep. But when your sleep schedule is all over the place, your hormones get out of sync, making it harder to wake up, harder to fall asleep, and harder to maintain steady energy. If you ever lay in bed at night feeling wide awake, even though you're exhausted, this is why. Your brain doesn't know if it should be winding down or staying alert. This is why fixing your sleep schedule is one of the most powerful ways to heal burnout. If you want real energy, real recovery, and real hormonal balance, you need to reset your sleep rhythm. Here's how. Set a consistent bedtime and wake-up time. Yes, even on weekends. Going to bed at the same time every night helps your body get into a natural rhythm. Aim for 10 p.m. bedtime for optimal recovery. Your body does the most deep repair between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. If you're constantly staying up past that, you're missing out on essential recovery. Get morning sunlight to reset your clock. Within the first 30 minutes of waking up, go outside or sit by a bright window. This tells your brain that it's morning, helping regulate cortisol naturally. This is one of the easiest but most effective ways to get your sleep, energy, and stress levels back on track. Let's talk about another habit that's secretly making your burnout worse. Overloading on processed foods before bed. It's late, you're tired, and suddenly you need a snack. Maybe it's a bowl of ice cream. Maybe it's some chips. Maybe it's something quick and easy because you don't feel like cooking. You eat it, you feel satisfied, and then you wake up at 2 a.m. feeling restless or thirsty or just off. And in the morning, you feel bloated, groggy, and more exhausted than before. If this sounds familiar, your late night food choices might be sabotaging your sleep and keeping you stuck in burnout. Because while food is essential for recovery, what you eat before bed can either support deep sleep or completely disrupt it. When you eat sugary or processed foods before bed, it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar. Your body releases insulin to bring it back down. But that drop in blood sugar can wake you up in the middle of the night. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating high glycemic foods before bed increases nighttime wake-ups and reduces deep sleep quality. This is why you might fall asleep easily, but wake up multiple times feeling restless. At night, your body is supposed to be repairing cells, balancing hormones, and detoxing stress hormones from the day. But when you eat heavy, processed foods late at night, your body spends energy digesting instead of healing. This leads to poor sleep quality, sluggish metabolism, and more inflammation. Your gut and brain are directly connected. When you overload on processed foods and sugar, it disrupts gut bacteria, leading to more stress, mood swings, and sleep disturbances. This is why when you eat junk food at night, you don't just feel bloated. You feel mentally foggy and exhausted the next day. If you want better sleep, better energy, and real recovery from burnout, you need to choose the right nighttime foods. Here's what to do instead. Choose protein-rich snacks before bed. Instead of sugary snacks, try Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, or a boiled egg. Protein helps stabilize blood sugar and prevents nighttime wake-ups. Avoid high sugar, high carb foods right before bed. Skip the cookies, chips, and ice cream at night. These spike blood sugar and disrupt sleep. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. This gives your body time to digest food before bed so it can focus on recovery. This simple habit can make a huge difference in your sleep quality and energy levels. Now imagine this. You climb into bed at night, and instead of feeling restless and wired, your body actually relaxes. Your mind isn't racing with stress from the day. You feel calm, settled, and ready for sleep. And the moment you close your eyes, you drift off easily. No tossing, no churning, no staring at the ceiling for hours. You sleep deeply without waking up in the middle of the night. And when morning comes, you wake up naturally before your alarm. No more dragging yourself out of bed like a zombie. No more reaching for coffee before you can even function. You actually feel rested, energized, and ready for the day. Your cravings, gone. Your mood, balanced. Your body is finally working with you instead of against you. This is what happens when you fix your nighttime habits. Because the truth is, your nighttime routine sets the stage for your morning energy. And if you want to break free from burnout, this is where it starts. Here's the thing. Fixing your nighttime habits is just one piece of the puzzle. If you really want to reverse burnout and wake up feeling refreshed every single morning, you need a plan that supports your body from the inside out. And that's exactly what I break down in my free guide, From Exhausted to Energized, the high-achieving women's step-by-step guide to restoring energy and balance. If you're done waking up exhausted and ready to get your energy back, this is your next step. Click the link below, grab your copy, and start feeling like yourself again. Now, when it comes to burnout recovery, your nighttime routine is only half the equation. Because if you don't start your mornings the right way, you're setting yourself up for exhaustion before the day even begins. So in the next video, I'm sharing my morning routine for overcoming burnout, where I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step routine that helped me recover from burnout and feel energized again. Click here to watch it now. And if you don't see it yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it when it drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.